It's Saturday afternoon. You want to leave your house. You look at your phone, you look at your keys, and you do the mental math. Coffee shop, that is $7, and you can only sit there for 45 minutes before the barista starts looking at you. A bar, that is $15 a drink, and it is too loud to hear anyone think. The mall, you do not want to buy anything. So you put the keys down, you sit back on the couch, you open your laptop. You tell yourself you are just a homebody. You tell yourself you are introverted. You look at your shrinking friend group and think, I guess I'm just antisocial. You aren't antisocial. You are broke and you are tired and you have just realized a terrifying truth about the world you live in. You have to rent the right to exist outside your bedroom. Let's look at the architecture of your loneliness. It is not a chemical imbalance. It is a zoning issue. In 1989, the sociologist Ray Oldenburg coined the term that explains the exact void you feel in your chest. He called it the third place. Oldenburg mapped human existence into three distinct zones. The first place is the home. That is where you sleep. It is private. It is rest. The second place is work or school. That is where you perform. It is hierarchical. It is duty. To stay sane, human beings require a third place. This is neutral ground. It is the local pub, the public library, the barbershop, the stoop, the diner. The rules of the third place are strict but invisible. Status does not matter. The CEO sits next to the plumber. Conversation is the primary activity. And most importantly, it is cheap or free. But over the last 30 years, we sold the third place. We monetized the public square. We put metal spikes on the park benches. We stripped the physical infrastructure of serendipity. Everything is transactional. Everything requires a cover charge. Imagine a three-legged stool. You are trying to sit on it, but someone sawed off the third leg and sold it for scrap. You are using all of your core strength just to keep from falling over and wondering why your muscles are burning. You are exhausted because you are trying to balance a life on only two legs, production and consumption, work and sleep. There is no physical space left for just being. And here's the incision. Here's the uncomfortable truth about how you're handling this. Because the physical space is gone, you have retreated. You have adopted the psychology of the passive observer. You sit in your first place, staring at a screen, waiting for the plot of your life to start. You are waiting for a savior. You think that one day you will bump into a stranger or receive a magical invitation, and suddenly you will have a community. You are waiting for a deus ex machina, a sudden plot twist from the heavens that rescues you from your isolation. No one is coming. No one is going to knock on your apartment door and hand you a tribe. The ecosystem that used to create accidental friendships, the lingering after work, the loitering in the park, has been paved over. If you sit in the passenger seat of a car waiting for the driver to take you to a party, you will die in the driveway. The car is empty. You feel isolated because you have accepted the isolation as a personal failure rather than a systemic theft. And as long as you blame your personality, you don't have to do the terrifying work of fighting back. So, how do we survive in a world that charges a premium for human connection? You have to shift your locus of control. You have to stop being the consumer. You have to become the infrastructure. If the third place does not exist in your city, you cannot wait for the mayor to build it. You have to manufacture it. You move from the passive victim of urban planning to the active creator of gravity. How? You lower the barrier to entry. You invite people over to your first place and you explicitly kill the performance. You tell them, the house is messy, we are drinking tap water, do not bring anything. You strip the expectation out of the home and force it to act like a third place. You pick a cheap diner. You sit there every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You tell 3 people you will be there. If they show up, great. If they don't, you read a book. You establish a fixed point in a liquid world. You stop asking, where can I go to be entertained? And you start asking, how can I create a space where nothing has to happen? It feels awkward. It feels forced. Because it is. You are manually doing physical therapy on a social muscle that society let atrophy. You aren't broken. You aren't unlovable. You were just evicted from the public square. Stop waiting for an invitation to a room that doesn't exist. Build the room. The door isn't locked. You just never tried the handle.